everyone, it's Emma, and today I'm doing something that you guys have been asking me to do for so long. I am reviewing the BTS album Love Yourself. Tear. Back when Her came out, I said that I would maybe do this and then I never did. When Tear came out, a lot of you guys were like, so now are you gonna review the BTS album? And then I said that I was going to, and now it's been like weeks and weeks. So that is what we're going to do today because you guys seem to really like when I talk about Korean culture stuff. I've got my tea in my Koya mug and I'm all ready to go. Before I get into the actual album, I'm going to answer some frequently asked questions because whenever I mention K-pop or BTS in a video, I get some questions asked over and over again, so I'm just gonna answer those really quickly. First of all, I have the album version O. Where's Namjoon? This is the black and white version in the concept book that comes inside. This was my favorite of all the pictures this comeback, although I love the low quality one and the like all jean outfit one. And then the photo card that came with it was Suga's photo card. I will insert a little clip of it because I actually stuck it in my journal. Her has the whole rainbow thing going on that I love, but this one is just as beautiful. I'm a fan of the black aesthetic, I gotta say. Second most frequently asked question is who is my bias, and my bias is Kim Namjoon or RM, or back when I became a BTS fan, Rap Monster. He is my bias because he is practically me in male form. Another thing is that I got into BTS when they were doing the promo for the Wings comeback, so like maybe a year and a half or so ago. It was the fall of 2016, I want to say. So it's been a little while. It was way before all the like American award show stuff, so I was here for all of that. It was very exciting. And then my favorite BT21 merchandise that I have acquired is these Koya slippers. They are so comfortable. I literally wear them all day, every day when I'm like going around the house. All day long. That's just my look. I also do really love the Koya mug. I drink out of it pretty much most mornings when I drink my coffee because it's like the right small size for me to drink caffeinated coffee from. And although I started this out saying my favorite BT21, I actually have three favorites because I also love this little mirror that I got. It's so cute. This one is cuter than the Koya one in my opinion, and I kind of like having all of their characters. And I think that is enough intro. Honestly, I will probably not answer most questions. If you have other questions related to BTS, I have answered quite a few in past Q&As, so I will link those down below if you want to hear how I got into K-pop and all that good stuff. So now, let's get into the album because I'm going to go through each song in order of the album and give you my thoughts, give you my feels on each song. First of all, I do want to say I absolutely love this album overall. I actually love this one music-wise more than Love Yourself Her. I loved Love Yourself Her, but I have found that it is not one that I go back and re-listen to all the time like some of the older BTS albums are. However, this one is absolutely like that. I have only listened to Love Yourself Tear, K-pop wise, for male groups since it came out, so it is real good. I love it a lot. The first song on the album is Singularity. It is the intro song. This is actually one of my least listened to tracks on the album, which is really surprising to me because when the promo video came out that was just Taehyung doing his solo video, I was so impressed. The dancing is incredible. I was like so proud of Taehyung for doing a solo song and having that much dancing. I also love Taehyung's voice. His may be my favorite of the vocal members of the group, so it's surprising to me that I don't listen to this one more, but I just don't find that I go to this one when I'm not listening through the album. I think it is possible that the reason for that is because of BTS's sad songs, this is a really sad song. Like when you look at the lyrics, it is real sad. There's not a lot of hope in there, which of course goes with the concept of this album, but for me, I think that may be why I don't often go to it. That being said, I will rewatch this music video, promo video, whatever you want to call it, so many times. I love Taehyung's chocolatey voice. I love the whole concept of that video. It is so impressive to me. I honestly love that video more than Fake Love, which I will talk about in a second. Singularity is one of those songs, however, that I wonder about the story. Sometimes you can tell BTS is writing straight from their lives, and sometimes it feels like they are writing more for a concept. So this is one of those songs that I'm like, okay, what book did they read that inspired this song? Because the lyrics and the whole story that they tell is so interesting. is Fake Love, which is the one that they of course released the first music video for this comeback. This is honestly one of my favorites off the album, which kind of surprised me because DNA was maybe my least favorite of Love Yourself Her. I love this song. I listen to it so much. Again, the lyrics are so sad. I grew a flower that can't be bloomed in a dream that can't come true. But despite the sad lyrics, I love it so much. The choreography for this one is so good. So despite the music video not being one of my favorites, and I'm talking big picture BTS, like in all the music videos that they've ever done, Fake Love is not one of my favorites. However, the performances for this one are so good. If you haven't seen the comeback show for Fake Love, you have to go watch it. I'll put a link down below to the specific performance that I'm talking about. I was yelling by the end of this performance because they dramatize it so much. Like, I haven't seen this level of dramatization in one of their performances since Blood, Sweat, and Tears. The opening for Blood, Sweat, and Tears with Jimin and J-Hope dancing. Oh, so good. So good, and this one reminds me a lot of that. So yes, I love the song musically, and if you haven't seen that comeback show, go watch it, please. Next is The Truth Untold. Was anyone expecting this from their song that they did with Steve Aoki? When I heard they were doing another song with Steve Aoki, this song is not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting like So What, which is later in the album. This one is also one of my favorites. To me, it's like a throwback to House of Cards, which is maybe my favorite BTS song ever, excluding the ciphers. I take that back. But it is like a throwback to House of Cards, which is definitely the song that got me into BTS. Bloomed in a garden of loneliness, a flower that resembles you. I wanted to give it to you after I take off this foolish mask. But I know I can't do that forever. I have to hide because I'm a monster. These lyrics are so sad. I even saw it translated somewhere saying like, I have to hide because I am so ugly. These sad songs just get me. This one is definitely the most emotional out of all the album, which of course means that it is one of my favorites because I just love their like sad emotional songs. Like the ones where you read the lyrics and you're just like, yeah, those songs are always my favorite. Next on the album is 134340. Did I say those numbers right? This one is my least favorite. Honestly, I usually skip it when I'm listening through the album. I'm sorry. I do really like the lyrics of this one, but I think it's one of those songs where when I'm listening to it, I don't think back to like the English translation and connect it to the musicality of the song. So for that reason, it's not my favorite because I'm not thinking about what they're saying while they're singing. So while I'm listening, it kind of loses me because there's just like a disconnect there. I've got no name, I used to be your star, what makes me lesser than the moon, us is the plural of you. There's like a lot of references to planets and the sun and stars. Writing wise, I really like it, but the song itself, for some reason, it just like doesn't connect with me. After that one is Paradise, which is one of my favorites. I love this one so much. I love it so much. This is like the typical BTS culturally relevant, them talking about something that is very present for young people nowadays song. Like I feel like they have one of them in every album, and this is that one in this album. When you're running out of breath, you need to. It's alright to stop. You don't need to run without knowing why. It's alright to not have any dreams. If you have moments where you can feel happiness, it's alright to stop. Don't run without knowing where you're going anymore. It's alright to not have any dreams. All of the air you breathe out is already paradise. They're not talking about like not having ambition because the members of BTS are possibly some of the hardest working people I've ever heard of in my life. But they're talking about enjoying these small moments of your life and finding what really makes you happy and doing that instead of getting caught up in like some work machine and just doing what people think you should do to make money and be so-called successful. They say things like, it's alright if your dreams are different, just be who you want to be. We deserve a life. Whether it's big or small, you're just doing you. Like ignoring the pressure to be mainstream successful, finding happiness in your life as opposed to like doing what people tell you will make you be happy. It's not about doing nothing with your life, it's about not being anxious about your life. And that's one of the things that I love that BTS talk about in their songs, because they are so ambitious, they are so driven, and yet they have all these songs about like, don't just do something to be successful, find what you love and find what you're passionate about and do that and then be happy. My favorite part is at the end when they're saying, "Stop running from nothing, my friend." It just gets me. It's like so hype, and the build up to that, by the end, I'm just like yelling along, like, "Stop running from nothing, my friend." And then we have Love Maze. I love this one. I love it. I love it. I know that this one is about not overthinking and not being too scared in love, but it's just a bop. Like, I just want to dance to it. I just want to dance to it. In the darkness. Ooh, that run though. After that bop, we have Magic Shop. Ooh, rhymage! This one is my favorite of the whole album. That's right, I said it. It's my favorite. I have an all-time favorite song. Not many favorites, but one favorite. As soon as I heard the lyrics, "I believe in your galaxy, I want to listen to your melody," I was sold. Like, I knew that this would be my favorite off the whole album just from those lyrics. And then I looked up the rest of the lyrics to the song. "On days where I hate myself for being me, on days where I want to disappear forever, let's make a door, it's in your heart, open the door and this place will await, Magic Shop." I love it, and the music matches the lyrics perfectly. Like, this one is so beautiful and so hopeful, and I already could kind of tell what it was about before I ever looked up the lyrics, which is my favorite. I also love when songs build. Like, if a song starts out all quiet and soft and by the end they're like belting or whatever, I love that. And this one builds so good. By the end, I'm like yelling along or crying along or something. "Like a rose when blooming, like cherry blossoms when being scattered in the wind, like morning glory when fading, like that beautiful moment, I always want to be the best. So I was impatient and always restless. Comparing myself with others became my daily life. But looking back on it now, truthfully, I feel like it's not true that I wanted to be best. I wanted to become your comfort and move your heart. I want to take away your sadness and pain." It's so sad, and at the same time it's like so full of love. This one just gets me in the feels. And then I love how there's kind of a reference to Best of Me in Love Yourself, Her. You gave the best of me, so you give the best of you. It's so pretty. I can't deal with it. This one is about that scary part of love that is like giving away of yourself and hoping that they see you. And that is so vulnerable. That's such a vulnerable thing to put in a song. I love when BTS do songs like that. That they talk about like legit heart things. Those things that happen in your heart. And they express that into words and songs and then put melodies to it and rapping, and it's so good. After that one, we have Airplane Part 2, which is definitely the boppest of the whole album. I know that's not a word, but I'm gonna use it for now. This one kills me. The choreography is so good. If you have not watched the comeback show for Airplane Part 2, you've gotta watch it. I had not been so excited about a comeback show and the choreography in a comeback show since 21st Century Girl, which I think was the Wings album. That is one of my most watched BTS performances, and Airplane Part 2 had me that excited. All these videos that I'm mentioning, by the way, I'll link down in the description box. This one kind of breaks the concept of the album a little bit, I think. I think this one's more about their actual lives, because it sounds like they're talking about what it is like to have found the crazy success that BTS has found. For example, one of the lyrics says, "Who should I live as today, Kim Namjoon or RM? 25 and I still don't know how to live well." This is like the dark version of Go-Go, because both are talking about like how busy they are, how much traveling they are doing. This one has more of a negative connotation to it. Instead of being like a story that they're telling, I feel like this one is more actually about them, or at least that's how I took it. Despite the fact that it breaks the concept, it is probably my third favorite song on the album. I'm also so happy that J-Hope is getting main group attention after his mixtape, because J-Hope to me has always been the most underrated of the whole group. I think he's one of the most talented. I can't say that, they're also talented. I'm so ready to talk about Anpan Man, which is the next song. Did anyone else, when this song come out, just Google Anpan and then Google Anpan Man? Because I did, and I laughed for so long. Basically, Anpan is like this Japanese roll. I think it's a dessert roll, or it has some kind of bean paste in the middle. It's like this soft, squishy roll. And Anpan Man is actually a Japanese comic book series. I will insert a picture of what Anpan Man looks like. He's a superhero with an Anpan as a head. Oh my gosh. They're basically saying in this song that they're never gonna be cool like Batman. All they can give us is Anpan Man. But they will keep trying their hardest to be the best Anpan Man that they can be for ARMY. I just love it. It's so BTS. Like, who else would write a song this lame? They're talking about how squishy they are. It's just so cute and heartfelt. Like, it's actually a really sweet song, but it's also just so funny at the same time. Waiting for your Anpan Man. After that, we have So What, and I'm gonna be honest, I also skip this one a lot of the time. I know BTS has gone a little bit more electronic with their sound, especially in the past 2 albums, but my favorite BTS is when they're like super gangster rap. Like, if they're gonna sing a song that's like, forget the haters, live your life, do your thing, say so what to them, I want it to be like one of the ciphers. But I do understand that that sound is not necessarily what the general public wants to hear. It's just that I love those songs so much. The ones that are real hardcore, just the rap line, those songs get me so pumped up. It's like what I exercise to. So that's what I wanted this song to be, and instead it's kind of like this electronic-y pop sound. I love the lyrics. Like, there's this one part that says, 90% of your worries are an imaginary swamp that you created. Yes, you're right. I do make up imaginary problems. And then I stress about them for days on end. I love the lyrics. It's just that these type of songs where they write that kind of lyric where it's like, stop it with your anxiety, say so what to the haters, and live your life, go get your dreams, that kind of thing. I want it to be hardcore gangster rap. I just do. I'm sorry. Speaking of hardcore gangster rap, the last song in the album is Outro Tear. This one is maybe my second favorite. I think it goes Magic Shop, Outro Tear, and then Airplane Part 2. I've only been waiting for Cypher 5 for like forever, for the entirety of my ARMY life, and this is as close as we have gotten so far. This song is so angry, and I love it. I love the emotions, give them to me. It's like maybe the most bitter song I have ever heard. But it's so interesting because they're not saying like, you did this wrong, you ruined our relationship, you blank blank blank, and now we're breaking up. Like, they're not saying you didn't love me well enough, they're actually saying I didn't love you well enough, which is so interesting from a bitter, angry breakup song. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Take it easy, slowly cut out my heart, step on the pieces that were broken apart so no other feelings will remain. My heart's shredded into pieces, just set it on fire. Right there, don't hesitate. This is so harsh, I don't even know. I don't know what's going on. Let's read some more. You are my everything, keep going forward, fear, I'll keep repeating through you, tear, tear. They're literally saying you are my tear. You are the sad part of all the love that I have been through. It's not that I love the message, because obviously it's a sad song, it's an angry song. It's just that I like when BTS do those really raw songs, and it's so rare that you find a song that's like, I'm angry and I'm just gonna like put my emotions out there. It's just that the rap line slays me. Any song that is exclusively the rappers of BTS is going to be one of my favorites. I just love emotional songs, even when they are angry emotional songs. I also cannot wait for the performances for this one. I know that they're just gonna be so good, so hype. Like Cypher 4 performances all over again. And then this part gets so emo. Stop it! That is everything that I have to say about Love Yourself Tear. You know what I did forget to say at the beginning of this video is that I'm not sure yet if I'm going to the upcoming tour. I've gotten that question so many times from you guys, but if I do end up going, I will vlog it, so you will see it. And if you do go to the same show as me and you see me by some random magical army chance, then say hi, because I would love to meet some of you guys who love BTS. Like, talking K-pop with you guys in person is so much fun. It's happened a couple times and it's just some of my favorite times with you guys. Also, if you are an ARMY, which I'm assuming most of you who made it to the end of this video are part of ARMY, comment down below your BTS bias and your favorite song off of Love Yourself Tear. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you have a lovely day or night or afternoon, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Don't forget to love yourself, and I will see you in my next video.